Okay.
Okay, guys, welcome to one more call. As you already know, our friend Jamie. Jamie is a serial entrepreneur and one guy who is always busy to find something, some solutions for all e-commerce sellers and especially for in Amazon FBA world. So with this, what we have today, SKU Drop is one of the software and services what they're offering that can help us have more sustainable Amazon FBA business. That is because we all know that supply chain is the major problem, like in any business, especially in Amazon, when we want to avoid on some way 3PL cost and have all the documents needed. But we will talk about in during the call. So Jamie, welcome to one more call with us, and I'm happy to have you here.
Thanks, Rad. Thanks, everybody. Always pleasure to be here with you guys. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Supply chain for the last couple of years has been very bad. And, over the last 2 years, we've seen our margins, drop in our products, especially in the Amazon space. Some of the shipping prices is coming back down, but 3PL is going up. Amazon prices for storage is going up. And now I'm not sure if you guys are aware with the new capacity limits, restock limits and how that's going to work. It looks to me that come, August, September, all the way through to Christmas, it looks like that we're going to have to start bidding, like PPC for space, which is not ideal, especially with some of these aggregators getting around with the big pockets. Yeah. Who knows what that will look like as far as the bidding wars for space. So anyway, I've got a presentation. If I can share screen, Rad, and I'll
let me see. Did I allow this? Yeah, multiply participants. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I was, to be honest, I was expecting something to do Amazon to do in bidding space for storage, because if you need to bid more for PPC, there is a way they will find a way even to bid for storage.
Exactly.
It was expected.
So I guess over the last 2 years, the story of SKU Drop was our business was getting hit hard with 3PL costs and especially SPD, LTL from 3PL into Amazon. We had a couple of oversized products and we looked at, how can we fix this? I spoke to a lot of my friends, Chinese sellers that I knew, US sellers that I knew with big Amazon accounts, like 2,000 SKUs. One of our business partners got 2,000 SKUs on Amazon. And I said, what are you paying for containers? Where are you doing things from? How are you doing 3PL? He said, I've never sent a container in my life and I've never used the US 3PL. And I said, what are you talking about? You've got 2,000 SKUs. How can you not send a container? He goes, I keep all my business in China and I send small shipments direct into Amazon. I don't put my hand in my pocket and pay for all the shipping up front. I keep the cash. I don't pay US 3PL. I don't pay Amazon SPD. I keep all the stock there and we have a look at the end of the week what we've sold and we send. Whatever we sell, we send. Whatever we sell, we send. And I started doing the numbers in my head. I thought, wow. So you know what? I started to work out that the journey of our cartons has changed because 60% of Amazon sellers are Chinese. 60% of Amazon sellers are Chinese. And none of them are using US 3PL and paying all the other costs that we thought was the cost to do business. We think that's the cost to do business because you guys live in Europe. I live in Australia. That was just the cost of doing business. We had to get our goods out of China into the US and work it that way.
Like a traditional way, like everyone.
Exactly. So this is what we've been doing, all along. We're getting our product ready. We're sending lots of emails to our suppliers, to our freight forwarders. My goods are ready. Can you give me a price? You pay for the freight up front when it's on the water. You're risking your whole entire order. This is another thing that they don't do. They don't put 3-4 months of stock on the water. The Chinese don't put 3-4 months of stock on the water because if something happens to the container or you're held up in customs, their whole business is at risk.
Yeah.
Then they have to pay for duties. Then they have to pay for 3PL. And then they have to pay for the high 3PL costs. And then SPD and LTL. This is all cost before one unit gets into Amazon.
Yeah.
Before you can sell one unit, right? So they just don't do it this way, which was, very surprising to us. So, there's a lot of things that, let me just see what's going on here. Okay. So we waste time. We've got huge upfront costs as Western sellers, if you want to call it, European, Australian, US sellers. We have a huge upfront costs and we increase our risk by doing it this way. So we cracked the code. We worked it out. Now, initially, SKU drop was going to be just for us. Me, a few friends. We're going to get a warehouse in China and we're going to run our own business from there. We thought, we know him, we know her. Maybe we get 5 or 6 people, we lease a warehouse and we run our business from there exactly like he was doing it. But then as we got deeper and deeper, we thought we have to tell everybody this method because you know what? Everyone's dying out here. The margins are losing. They're spending big money on 3PL. If we don't tell people, that's disservice. So 2 years ago, when we started finding out about this, we started building the business. We built, we got our own warehouse. We've got staff. We've got software. We've got management system. We've got internal delivery system into our warehouse, and we've got direct shipping into Amazon all out of our warehouse. So we brought the Eastern strategy for the West.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to find this solution. And what we found out, like I said, is Chinese sellers control their supply chain and their stock from their Chinese warehouse. And I'm not talking about manufacturer, I'm talking about very good, sophisticated Chinese sellers. Chinese sellers, very good Chinese sellers, have got their own little warehouse or family little warehouse or space. If you go to China, I'm not sure if you've been, they've got their own space or warehouse. They control everything from there. And they do like the supermarket. If the supermarket sells 1 bottle shampoo, the next day the bottle of shampoo goes up. Next day, 2 bottles shampoo sell. Then they put 2 more shampoo on. They just do like this. But for us, our supplier says, hey, you've got your stock, get it out of here. And we have to put 3-4 months worth of stock on the water and send it to the US 3PL because we don't want to send it to Amazon straight. 3-4 months, we're going to pay who knows what for storage costs. It's not good. So they do smaller weekly shipments. They don't send containers. They do small weekly shipments. They get good prices and they send small shipments. If this week 100 units for this product, 100 units on the water. Next week 200 units, 200 units. And they send small shipments. So what does SKU drop do? Now we manage the flow of your cartons. For example, week 1, you send an amount. Week 2, you send another amount. 3, 4, and so on. As long as you've got the goods in our warehouse, you can drip feed into Amazon direct from SKU drop in China. We store the goods there, we ship direct, and you manage the total flow of your cartons through our software, which I'll show in a minute. But that's we've brought that Eastern strategy to the Western sellers. So why store in China? Any product defects can be easily fixed. If you've got something wrong with your product, your supplier's down the road. Something's wrong with the product. Hey, come and fix it. Another thing is we had a customer. They sent 3 months of stock to the US.
Yeah.
So 3PL. They sent 300 units to Amazon. The first few sales, there was a defect. Something wrong with the product. She did a removal order back to the 3PL. Now she's waiting for parts to come from China to fix it. Then she has to get the 3PL to open up all the boxes, all the product, and fix all the product before she can send it in. If it was in China, you could get the load and say, hey, send it back and say, fix this, and then send it back. It's very convenient having in China. Like I said, with the new capacity limits, can you imagine going into bidding wars in Q4 for space now with stock against aggregators, bigger sellers? Or you can do it with us and you can just drip feed, have no effect on you. Because when your stock's in a US 3PL and you've got capacity limits, you can't do anything about it. But with us, you can send small weekly shipments every week. If you've got small inventory limit, boom, on the water, boom, on the water, boom, on the water. And conduct cost-effective product launches. So if you're launching a new product, tell me the journey. You pay for the shipment. I mean, you pay for the product, you ask a freight forwarder for a quote, you send it on the water, send to a 3PL. If it's a big order to 3PL, pay SPD, LTL into the Amazon warehouse. Before one product is even sold for a new product, you've spent thousands of dollars. Thousands before even one product you've sold. Now, in China, you can have 1,000 units, 2,000 units, send 100 units. And the next week, send another 100 units and have a look, test it out. If it works, beautiful, send more. But if it doesn't work and you got it in the US, what are you going to do? You've spent all this money and nothing's selling. So for product launches, it's perfect to test because you can send some from China, small amounts every week to see. If it starts to take off, send more. No problem, every week. And then you can reduce the risk. It's a big one. You reduce the risk by not having all your stock on the water, which I've told you. You know, like if it gets pulled aside by customs, all your business stops. It stops. You know, you're waiting for your shipment to come. You got 2 weeks, 3 weeks with customs, or heaven forbid a container falls off the ship. It does happen, as we know, people, it's happened, and your business stops. If something falls off the ship with 1 week shipment, the next week you got more. The next week you got more. It's only 1 week that happened to it.
Yeah.
So it reduces the risk. Our warehouse is also in Yiwu, which is in the middle of the East Coast on China, in between Shanghai and Shenzhen, right in the manufacturing hub, and very close to Ningbo, about half an hour from the port. That's where our warehouse is. We strategically went there to be in the middle of the manufacturing hub. The big thing for us is people say to us, yeah, but for freight forwarders, they tell me the things are going to be sent next week, then it doesn't go, then they tell me there's a hold up at the port or something happened it's all rubbish. Freight forwarders don't book containers because they don't know how much container space they need. So when you give them an order, when someone else gives them an order, they have to wait till they get a full container, then they book a container. And they tell you that the booking is going to be next Tuesday, but it's not going to be next Tuesday. And then next Tuesday, you get an email and it says, oh, sorry, Rad, can't be today because there's a hold up at the port. It's going to be Friday. And then Friday, you get an email that says, oh, hang on a minute, you're going to be shipped on Saturday, now Saturday. And all this rubbish, right? It's all, and you have to believe them because they've got the power. They've got your goods, and you have to believe what they say. You think, okay, there's something at the port. What can I do? It's all rubbish.
Especially
we have got.
If you don't have experience, they can sell you everything, every kind of excuse.
Everything.
And to pay
if you
more.
don't have experience, you can listen to everything they say. It's all rubbish. We know because of our experience the last 2 years building this business, we have very good logistics partner. And every freight forward in China has got fingers. They've got the hands in everything, agents everywhere, right? But we found the freight forwarder who talks to the shipping lines, who does all the contracts, and it's a whole different world when you talk to the person or the company that is actually doing the booking, not agents, Chinese agents everywhere, right? Margin and like all this sort of stuff. So what we have is reliable weekly shipping. So we've got regular service, we've got express services, which I'll show you. Every Monday, our regular service leaves. We know on Thursday, 12 p.m. China time, 12 p.m. Thursday, that's the last day for the week cut off for shipping plans to be created. And your goods, if you make a shipping plan in our software on 12 p.m. China time, on Monday, it's in the container. Loaded from the warehouse, put into the container, taken to the port, gone. Monday. Tuesday is express day. That's express shipping day. So again, in our software, I'll show you all our customers. They all know by 12 p.m. each week, 12 p.m. China Thursday, if you make a shipping plan, it's gone Monday. If you make a shipping plan on Saturday, you have to wait till the following Monday. So we've got it in the software. We've got warnings. You know, make sure when you're doing your weekly shipping plans, do them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every week in there. And it guaranteed every week gone. So that's a really big thing. And it's really important. It's powerful to use SKU Drop. You've got full stock visibility. So I'll show you the software. At any given time, you can see what stock you've got in the warehouse. You just open up your account, boom. You have a look at what SKUs, you have a look at the amount you've got, units, cartons, CBM, everything you can see. We do fast shipping plan creation in the software. So you do it all in the software, automation. And once you create the plan, our software automates the rest from charging, from tariffs, from shipping, from updates, from FBA IDs, labels, tracking IDs. Once you press ship that amount and agree to the quote, you don't do a thing. You don't have to email. You don't have to send us FBA labels. You don't have to do anything. It's all automated, which I'll show. So let me just stop sharing screen, and I'll get my demo ready for you guys. But if any questions, please just keep to the end, and I'm going to sit here and answer as many questions as you want. Where's my demo? Here. Okay. So keep your questions. Happy to answer anything. Okay.
Like a last prices, their updated price list for shipping. It's automated
every week. Every week we update the shipping price.
You remember the last call for this software that you had when we spoke about, when I told you why you don't integrate this price list under the, you remember the call when I told you? And you said
potentially, I think so, yeah.
When you said maybe we should think about that, because it was like, you should put the last price list so we can,
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Jump in with the SKU drop and this have everything inside. even much better, it's amazing.
So you guys can see that, yeah? Yeah. Okay. So when you sign up to SKU drop, very simple. You start an account, you connect to Seller Central, takes about 30 seconds. All step-by-step process. You integrate your Seller Central account with SKU drop account. The reason we need to do that is we get all your products, we bring them over, and we create shipping plans from here. No more Seller Central, no more shipping plans and headache in Seller Central. Everything done here in SKU drop from our warehouse. Okay, very powerful. So once you sign up an account, all this will be zero because there's nothing at the warehouse. You just signed up an account. There'll also be nothing here. And I'll show you what will be here. There'll be nothing here. You need to go here, add products or brands. And when you go here, all your products in Seller Central will be here. Or any products that you have. They come here automatic. We bring them in, right? All you need to do is bring them from here to your dashboard. Very simple. Whatever product you want to start sending to SKU drop has to be in your dashboard. So from here, you bring it to the dashboard. We ask for HS code for the product, the HS code for duties. We ask for the height, weight, length, cartons. You can do centimeters, inches, pounds, the kilos, and how many cartons are in the, how many units are in the carton. Once you press select and you bring this across to your dashboard, that's it. It will be down here in uploaded products. Very simple. Everything is here. Select the SKUs that you want to bring across the dashboard, then they come here. When they're here, then you can send products to us, but they have to be here first, okay? Now, when you send a product to SKU drop, it's very easy. Send products to SKU drop. This won't be here because it's the first time you're doing it, but it's one time only you enter this information, then it's saved. This will be here, the SKU, your name. How many cartons are you sending us? How many did you manufacture? 100 cartons? No problem. What's the unit price from the supplier? This is for commercial value and duties and shipping. What's a description? Dog collar, right? And delivery updates. What this is your supplier name, just the name and a phone number, and you can put nickname here. You don't have to tell us your factory name. We don't want to know. We just want to know the person's name so our factory manager can call him and say, hey, what day are you bringing the goods? Tuesday, no problem. Okay, you come at 11 o'clock, not a problem. We have 6 unloading docks, and we have to make sure our manager talks to the driver to make sure that he can come in at a perfect time. So that's all it is. It's just for communication for logistics. Last thing is you update your commercial invoice from the supplier for the 100 cartons so we can use it for the shipping values, right? Update the commercial invoice wherever that is in your, wherever you save it, and confirm shipment. Once you hit confirm shipment, this is it. Dog collar, 100 cartons, price, the number of your factory. Tell us the day it's coming. Doesn't have to be exact. Our manager's going to call anyway. It's coming on the 27th. Okay, 27th. Did you have the shipping marks put on your cartons, like made in China, your brand, all the exporting documents on the carton? Yes. Once you press submit, that's it. Our warehouse received the order and a few things happen. What happens is this. When you press submit, our warehouse receive that order and you get an email. It's very important in that email, the information. There is the delivery address of our warehouse in Chinese and English, our warehouse manager's name and number, and also labels a very small sticker. It says SKU drop, the incoming order ID, our number for the warehouse, and your SKU. You get that little sticker, you got to give it to the supplier and tell them, put one on each carton, like a courier, when you're delivering goods. And they put one sticker on each box. When it gets to our warehouse, our staff, they say, righto, this is Rad's delivery. There's 100 boxes. That's his SKU. Yes, it's the same SKU on the carton. Everything's correct. 100 cartons. They count everything. Once it's all good, they press accept. And when they accept your goods, then you're here with the stored product. So uploaded products on the dashboard, but stored products is in the warehouse, in our warehouse. And then you have all the numbers. We know the numbers because you told us how many units in the carton, how many cartons, how many CBM. And this information panel here is how many cartons are in preparation for Amazon, cartons coming into SKU drop, cartons going to Amazon. Very easy, simple, clean information. So once we're here, your products are at SKU drop. They've been put on pallets, stored. They get the barcode scanned, put in the proper location. Everything's put away. Very state-of-the-art factory. Everything's all geolocated with scanners and warehouse systems, right? Now, this is the best part. You've got 5,000 units, these two SKUs here, right? Now I need to send something to Amazon this week. All right, send to Amazon. Okay, let's say this dog collar. I sell 200 units the week. I want to send 200 units. You put in 10 cartons. 10 cartons is 200 units. Okay, so we're going to send 10 cartons to Amazon. Create shipping plan. Now we're talking to Seller Central. You don't have to do it anymore. It's done. FBA ID, LAS1 West. It's finished.
It's amazing.
Done. Then create shipping estimate. Calculate estimate. Slow boat, regular service, medium boat, or express service. $100, $147, $165. Tell us which one you want to send. You want fast, medium, slow service. You want to go quick, or you want to just do every week? Most of our customers use this one, 45 days, and every week at Amazon, something arrives because you get into a rhythm, sending every week, bang, bang. Every week, something arrives, 200 units. Next week, 200 units. Next week, 200 units. Next week, 200 units. It's like clockwork. I'll explain about other things in a minute.
This is better.
Once you do,
this is better than to bid for a storage.
Okay. Now, I have to tell you about our fees with the prep fees and everything. I'll talk about that in a minute. What we also do, this is we do a combination of slow boat, medium boat, and fast boat services. Truck delivery last mile, but we also have UPS last mile if you want UPS last mile. UPS is a little bit more expensive, you can see, but sometimes it's cheaper. It depends on the size of the freight and the weight. So we do trucking last mile or UPS last mile. You can select. Sometimes UPS is at the top. It's cheaper because maybe it's one carton, very small, and a trucking company, they charge you, it's different in the algorithm, the shipping algorithm. What my point is this. You can see here, CBM, cubic meter rate, and truck delivery is the best rate for this shipment. Sometimes it's kilo rate and UPS. What I'm saying is we check CBM, kilo, truck, UPS, every combination to over 200 FBA warehouses. Don't forget, this is getting delivered to LAS1. This could have been on date. It could have been LAX9. It could have been GYR2. It could have been anywhere. Whenever you do a shipping plan in whatever warehouse you get, we quote, check CBM, kilo, UPS, truck mile delivery, every combination, and give you the best price in the back. Straight away, instant. It all happens automatically. So it doesn't matter how much, if you've got 10 cartons, 100 cartons, 5 cartons, 1 carton, 30 cartons. We always check the freight, and you can be guaranteed. We've got 1,168 data points we check in the algorithm. Boom, 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 in 2 seconds, boom, that's the price.
It's amazing.
Instant. So once you select these 200 units, bang, and confirm the shipping, I'm not going to do it because the warehouse will get it. Will get the order. Yeah. Once you confirm shipping, What happens there is our warehouse receive your FBA labels for those 10 cartons. You don't have to go into Seller Central, get the labels, email them, all that rubbish to 3PLs. Did you get my mail? Did you get it yesterday? Yeah, I got it. When are you sending it? Tomorrow. Okay, but I got 3. No. You saw how quick. Bang, plan, shipping price, bang, submit, finished for the week. Don't touch a thing more. We do the FBA. Now we go pick the cartons. We put the FBA labels on the cartons. We put them in the container and we send them. Once we get the tracking IDs, we put them into your account. You don't even have to upload the tracking IDs for Seller Central anymore. We do everything. You don't touch a thing until you look in your app and see 200 units being checked in. That's it. No more.
It's amazing.
So, 2 seconds. I'll go back to the presentation. But look, any more questions, or do you want to have a look at anything else? The software is very simple. That's it. It's pretty simple. We've got air freight, we've got sea, we've got fast, slow, medium boat, express, regular services.
You don't need to be an expert, you know. It's really like you don't need to have some huge experience in this to use the software and to get what you need. You know, it's in a few clicks you can get it and you're ready to go. You know, but many people ask me, do we have like a warehouse in China where we can store? Can we have some recommendation or something? And any supplier say that they have a warehouse extra to keep your products there and blah blah blah. But you don't have any like this. You see, you have like all the things prepared like to the dashboard. You can send it, and you have control over your shipment. You see everything. It's like in front of you. You know, you don't need to send an email to ask them for your goods where they are. But you have there, and you can also provide some kind of inspections if I want extra inspections before I ship some of the parcels.
We're going to be doing that this year. We haven't implemented it yet, but the inspection happened 2 days ago in the warehouse. So, you know what I mean? You know, it's in the warehouse with the supplier. You get your inspection. It leaves. It's at our warehouse the next day. But our staff check the cartons to make sure they arrived, you know, no damage, all that sort of stuff.
Can you store any kind of product, like it's also related to food or medicals or because some of them require some special
no, we don't do hazmat and a lot of medical stuff. Powders or liquids, you know, any dangerous stuff, anything like that. But when you sign up, it's got a list of the things.
Yeah.
So you can see, you know, when you sign up, you can see, they don't store this. You know, some batteries we don't do, some batteries as well, you know, hazmat sort of stuff. But when on the way in, like I said, there's a list and it gives you more information. It's very easy to you know, incorporate and sign up and all that sort of stuff. It's very easy.
There's like we said, pain in the ass if you need this. Because I know before when I was on cruise ship working and we got a lot of containers, I was traveling around the world and in each port we have some extra container and I need to have all the documents prepared and how to arrange my products in Spa Center, you know.
Yeah.
And all the documents and everything noted, you know. And then because environmental officer comes, they need to check that everything is regulated how they want, you know, step by step.
Correct.
And that was the pain in the ass. But like this, at least Amazon is doing it. Or if you have it now in your warehouse, I know that it's extra job. And
but look, everything's in your billing area too, all your invoices, all your documentation, you know, past shipments. We've built it because we're all sellers. Every business partner in this project is an Amazon seller right now. We're all Amazon sellers. So we built what we would want to see, what were the things we needed, the reports we wanted, the billing we wanted. You know, I don't want to go look for an email and pay $100 shipping. You just charge me. I don't want to know about it. It's another thing I have to do. It's another email I have to follow up. Just put it in my bill, send me the invoice and pay. You know what I mean? So that's how we do it. You put a credit card in there, USD, and that $100, once we ship it, it gets charged. You get an invoice, you get an email, you can go to your account, you can see it. But I don't have to do it because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do more work.
You need
You know?
to. That's the problem, because when people come in e-commerce, they need to learn PPC, marketing, all of
Exactly.
it, and then they need to jump in logistic. But logistic is headache for everyone.
It's a headache for everyone. It is. It is. So, we've done some test cases with some people over the journey of full container loads. And you can have a look on our website of the full breakdown of how we've saved money for people. Full container loads, meaning from supplier to 3PL costs compare, and then SPD, all full container into Amazon. We've saved customer $14,000. And also smaller shipments, LCL. We've saved customers with smaller shipments with going to a 3PL up to $2,500. These are real customers. They not in shipping price, in full price. From supplier to 3PL, 3PL storage, 3PL prep, 3PL, unloading fees. It's $850 to unload a container. It's $1,000 to take the container, full container, to the 3PL from the port. It's $2,000 just there.
Yeah.
Then, people are paying between $5,000 and $10,000 to send a full container over 3 months into Amazon, SPD, LTL. Pallets. In a full container, there's 42 wooden pallets. You have to pay $15 a pallet from the 3PL for the wood, for the pallet.
Yeah.
It's $700 for the pallet. So when you start working out all the full container from the supplier to the 3PL, all the little charges they get you with, and then Amazon SPD, that's how much we save the customer. Because we go straight direct. Boom. No more other costs. I'll talk about our costs in a sec. So that's really powerful. And you guys would have seen this. This is not made up. This is 3PL costs. Some of them charge $50 for some software, Some of them between $550, $850 just to unload the container. Then they charge you $50, clean out the container and deliver it back to the port. Inbound pallet fee, you send 10 pallets, $150 to unload. Outbound pick and prep, anywhere from $2 to $4.50. If you send 10 cartons SPD, they charge you $4.50 to go pick it and label it. It's crazy. Labels, they even charge you more for labels, 50 cents. The wooden pallet, like I said, between $15 and $20. How many pallets have you got to send in there from a full container? And then all the other handling fees and inbound fees. This is not made up. This is from people telling me, hey, this is what my 3PL charge.
Yeah.
And I made the list. It's crazy, right? And these are our costs. $9.99 a month to have the software to manage everything. $2.75 to pick, label, and load the container. We don't charge any receiving. If you send us 1 carton or 10 containers, it's $0 to unload, pallet, and put away. You only pay $2.75 a carton when you make an order. So you could send us 10 containers free to unload, put away. Just when you create an order, it's $2.75 a box to go get the box, put the label, print the label, and put in the container. That's it. And storage is 49 cents, a CBM, not cubic feet, CBM a day. So it's very cheap compared to, Amazon are $80 a cubic meter in Q4, $80 a cubic meter in Q4 for standard products. It's crazy. So now the old way, your product's ready. You send 1 million emails, your freight payments up front, you risk the whole entire order on the water, you pay your tariffs or any duties that are payable, 3PL fees, and then you got to send to Amazon. With SKU Drop, we've eliminated all of that. Your product's ready, you send us the product to the warehouse, and you just create a shipping plan. Everything else is gone. It's very powerful. And it's changed the way that people are doing their businesses. So just to recap, you keep more cash, reduce the supply chain costs, the time saving. Mate, I did a shipping plan for 4 SKUs before SKU Drop with the freight, with the 3PL's spreadsheet. I had to put this number in, this ID. It took me 45 minutes. Create the shipping plan. Go to the spreadsheet, put it in, get the labels, attach it, get the tracking ID. 45 minutes to do 4 shipping plans. It takes you now 2 seconds, you saw. And I don't even know. And that's to create the shipping plan. What about I got to talk to the freight forwarder? There's another 10 emails. All gone, finished. and you reduce the risk, eliminate the 3PL in the US, and full pricing transparency. We've been live for 4 months, Rad. We've got over 120,000 units in the warehouse at the moment. The business is growing. You would have seen we had 100 brands. Now we've got 120 brands since that post. People are coming on board every day.
It was like a few days ago, it was 100 when you said.
10, 15, 5 brands coming on board every day. They're doing the numbers. They're working it out, what they're doing and how they can save with this. Every day people are joining. And we haven't even started marketing. People are doing the numbers because the numbers don't lie, right?
Yeah.
Now,
like I told you, you're missing these conferences for this software and services needs to be promoted more, because maybe till I think in July or July I was in Barcelona that I told you. You will so much full of everything that you will not need it,
Exactly. So if you got interested, or anyone in Rad's community, there's a code there that you can put in, and if you use that code, you'll receive 12 months no software subscription. The $9.99 a month will wipe it for 12 months for Rad's community. If you need anything else further, please contact support@skudrop.com. We've got the team there if you need anything. If you want to connect with me, you can connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or you can check out the Endgame Network, our Amazon community in Australia. And if you're ever in Australia, you can come to our event, Southern Seller Fest. We put on every year for Australian and New Zealand sellers. It's pretty cool for Amazon sellers and e-com sellers. We do a big event in Sydney every year. But that's the SKU Drop website.
This one was amazing. The last one was you had this.
We had about 380 sellers. It was a massive event in Sydney. Had some of the biggest speakers come out. It was awesome. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I will say this too. If you want to, what we've got, it's really, really powerful. On the website, skudrop.com, if you go to the top, it says our fees. Hit our fees and it'll scroll down. Actually, I'll show you. It's better if I show you. Where are you guys? Okay. Better if I show you, then you guys will understand and it's easier and everyone can have a look. So let me just go here. Sorry, I wasn't going to do this, but I'll do it because it's pretty cool. It's very cool. So we built a live shipping calculator. So for anyone who wants to get our live prices, because people were messaging us, we can't get a price off you because we haven't got any goods in the warehouse, because, the shipping plan tells you the price.
Yeah.
They said, but how do I know the price? I don't want to send my goods and then you're too expensive or this and that. I said, no worries. So we built the calculator live on the website. So I'll show you. Here we go. So when you go here, our fees, and it scrolls you down. Sorry for the scroll, right? These are our rates: 0 receiving, 49-cent storage, as I said, competitive market rates, and $275 prep, as I told you. There's no other costs in the warehouse, nothing. No pallet, this, wrapping, nothing. That's it. What you see, fully transparent. Now here, and the software, but you guys, if you want it, you get 12 months off, so that doesn't apply. So here we've got test drive our rates. This is a live calculator with the back end of the software. So if this shipment was today, this is what would be the cost, okay? So let's just say, for argument's sake, your last shipment, Rad, was a carton 58 by 54 by, hang on a sec, we'll do 58 by 48 by 42, carton weight, 18 kilos, and number of cartons, we'll say another 100. And going on to 8 is where you usually go from LA or something like that. So this was your last shipment from your supplier, not from us, from your supplier. 100 cartons, maybe, I don't know, half a 20-foot container, something like that, an LCL. Calculate the goods. We ask a few questions. How long is this inventory? 100 cartons. 3 months, because we usually order 3 months of stock. 3 months. Do you use a 3PL? Yes. Okay. Here's the information. This is the price. $106 a week for 12 shipments, 3 months. But this is how much you'd be paying from your current freight forwarders for half a container. For half a 20-foot container LCL, $1,322. People have to pay up front. What we done, is we got the same price as other freight forwarders, very similar, very competitive, but we give you weekly price the same.
It's much cheaper, much better.
You get in 12 weeks, because it's 3 months of stock. In 12 weeks, you get 6 Amazon payments.
Yeah.
Cash flow. And you don't have to pay the 3PL.
What you can do with all of this money, you can improve the quality of the product. You can do for anything else. You know,
You can bring another product.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You can do another product, or you can order more stock and get cheaper price.
Yeah.
Ask them for a better price. I'm going to do a bigger order because you're not paying all the other stuff now. So what we fought hard for, what we had to fight, was for the freight forwarder, our logistics partner, to make sure this was the same for every week. Because how can we do it, Rad, when I say it's $1,300 normally for you, but if you do every week, it's going to be $2,000. People go like this, bye. See ya. If it's not the same price to split it up every week, they're not going to stay. But freight forwarders in China, we haven't sent one carton, and we're asking for their best price. And they say, but we can't do business with you because you haven't given us one carton. But we said, we're going to have a big business. You have to trust us. And anyway, over 3-4 months and test and this and that, and we got the deal done that he can make it the same. Because they have MOQs too, Rad. You know, this is like 12 shipments. They got MOQ, the freight forwarders. You can't just send, 8 cartons or something like that without being expensive. They got minimum 1 CBM or minimum 100 kilos, or, a lot of freight forwarders got minimums. But we managed to secure the same price. If you got a price for 100 cartons, half a 20-foot container, $1,300 or whatever you pay, that we needed to be same for 1,200 and something dollars a week. So that's the business. It's pretty powerful. People are coming on board every day. They're doing the numbers. They're working it out for themselves. They're going to the calculator on the website. They're putting in their last shipment that they paid. They're seeing the prices are very similar, and then they're working it out. I don't have to pay I just have to pay every week. I don't have to pay up front. I don't have to pay all the stuff in the US. What I showed you there was just the shipping price. But you have to include the 3PL.
Yeah.
You have to include all the fees from the 3PL into Amazon. If you send 10 pallets of a 40-foot container, that's $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 just to send it from the 3PL. Not from the 3PL, from Amazon. LTL, $1,500, 10 pallets. Then another 10 pallets, another $1,500. Then another 10 pallets, another $1,500. Before you know it, you've spent $6,000 to send your 40-foot container in. With us, send us the goods and send direct. Just forget about that. The Chinese don't pay for that. They don't have that in their costs. We do. That's why when you go to Amazon, you go look at the Chinese. How come they can sell that for $12? I've got to sell it for $17. I'll tell you exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why they can sell it for $12 and you have to be $17. I'll tell you why.
Well, when you
because
have supply chain, then you can drop the price and you can.
Their supply chain doesn't look anything like yours, mate. So yeah, but that's the end of the presentation. Hopefully it helps your community. I think it's pretty powerful. And to be honest, SKU drop or not, if I had to go back to doing shipping plans the old way, it'll make me sick, mate. Like I just can't do it anymore.
Now, after this, I cannot imagine now. You remember when you had this seller conference there in Australia? I got a screenshot of SKU drop before it was presented there. It was like a secret. They sent me in the inbox. They said, "This is something going to be new." The guys from the seller system, and they say, They send me, "Rad, this is something huge is coming," And I said, and then I said, you see, I got information before it's even there.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's cool. It's a pretty powerful business. It's a big disruptor. It's very disruptive to the freight forwarding industry, to the 3PL industry. People are coming at us. Well, it was expected, because we're disrupting the industry. Like Uber, Uber disrupt the taxi industry.
Of course.
You know, when something comes in and it's it's different, it's a bit of a threat, people, they don't like it. Now, to be honest, there's Chinese companies that already do this for the Chinese, but we can't go there because we don't speak Chinese. Look at the website. Where are you going to start? How are you going to send something to them?
There is
no chance.
A lot to learn from them. I think that, let's say, the heart of the e-commerce business is in China. The way how
Mate,
they
100%, 100%.
how they do the things. You can learn a lot. I remember just a few years ago when we had a presentation, the guy who was doing over the $100 million with the Chinese factories, he gave us presentation. It was like we pay almost $800-900 per day for 1 day of presentation. It was like 8-9 hours of presentation. It was 100 something of us on a Zoom call. It was he charged a lot, get a lot of money from all of this, but the tips and tricks what they teach us about TikTok. It was even not even Amazon didn't start even live selling on Amazon these live calls. They have and how they do marketing, how they sell, what they sell, what is popular after Corona before. It was how they think. It's incredible. It's like a few steps in front of all of us, like a Europe.
All of us, mate. Yeah. You know that in 2019 I was in China 6 times. Okay, 6 times I was in China in 2019. Every time I went, they blew my mind with how much knowledge they got.
Yeah, I was there in April and October 2019, so I was there.
Yeah.
It was my presentation that I watched there.
I think Igor's got a question, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Igor.
Yes, I just saw that you have some. We do not do delivery duty paid shipping. So can you explain me just because I'm new in that business. I did not sell still on Amazon. And just explain. So when we see the price on your software in the dashboard, so is this final price? Do we need to pay more when our goods go into Amazon warehouse? So do we need to pay custom clearance? Do we need to pay additional papers? I'm not sure what is everything needed. Maybe.
Good question. Yeah. Good question. So basically, when you buy DDP goods, you buy that from the supplier. When you send the products to SKU Drop, you own the goods.
Yeah.
So technically, we can't do DDP because you own the goods. DDP is your factory owning the goods and sending you the goods, but a little bit grey hat area because you pay up front. So basically, we have to do customs clearance. We have to do the duties. But you don't have to pay customs clearance. That's included in the price. What's not included in the price is the duties, just the duties. So you might have a product that may have 10%. You may have a product that's 25% duties. You might have a product that's duty-free. I don't know. It's depending on your product. So for argument's sake, remember how we just did those 200 units? If they were, call it, I don't know, $5 a unit, it's $1,000 worth of value on the water, $1,000 worth of commercial value. If you've got a 10% duty, it's $100 in duty.
Yes.
When it gets cleared.
So, when, for example, we need to pay this, and who will send us the invoice, the documents, the clearance?
Yeah, we do all that, all automatic. So you get an email saying, "Hey, your goods have been cleared at the port. Here's your duty that you need to pay $80. We charge the credit card. We send you an invoice. We send you the import documents as well."
This is super. Yes.
It's also in an email, but in the billing as well in the account. 2 places you can find. If you go to your billing, you go, okay, there's my tariff. There's this and $100, $80, and there's the invoice and the importing document. All uploaded automatic.
It's important you didn't say that they are getting this summary extract of this report 7501. Because
7501, yeah, it's all in the billing area. It's pretty cool.
If IRS want to catch you, they can catch you on the import and see if
exactly
if anything is going wrong. They can Yeah.
The last, you know our thoughts on DDP and all that sort of grey hat area, Rad. So I don't need to explain to you. So the last thing we wanted to do was build this business where it wasn't all legit. So everything is fully legit. We claim everything. You give us the commercial value. You give us your HS code. We've got some customers who pay 0% tariff. I had one the other day. She sent a lot of goods. It was 0%. We've got other people who pay 20%. Some people pay 12. Some people pay 11. Whatever product it is. Some people pay 8%.
Many brokers and these companies are doing, let's say, mafia business in importing products.
Yeah. It's bad.
You're importing the bags. They claim that it's something else. They take the difference. You remember that I told you that was like a scandal I believe it was in Serbia, when the guy was doing this mafia business with some brands, and then he was showing his lifestyle on Instagram, and they catch him based on that because he cannot have such a lifestyle based on salary that he's getting on position. And police catch him. They were doing exactly this, but you can avoid when you have a clearance, all the documents. And
of course,
not only that, because after when you are selling your business, your valuation of your business is higher.
No one that's going to acquire your Amazon business is going to buy a business that's been doing DDP.
Of course.
Because then the liability of that brand is on them.
Of course.
Moving forward. The first thing that aggregators do is they go into your account and find out if you've been doing DDP.
That's exactly, they can, even if they want to buy, for something that you could sell like 5 times your net valuation.
Yeah, they give you one or two.
One or two, yeah.
Yeah, exactly right, Rad. But no, that's a good question, Igor. Everything's above board. All the documentation's in the account. You get the emails. We don't show the price of the duties because we don't know your product in the quoting system on the website, because you could have 0%, 10%.
Yes. Just it was my question, just to know that there may be some kind of additional payment that we need to know, and that.
That's a good question.
That is for sure.
Yeah. So that's that. Other than that, there's no the clearance and everything that you said is all included in the price. It's just the duty percent. And we give you the extract from the 7501. We don't make any money on that. There's no margin. If it's $21, you get the invoice from the US Customs. $21 in your account is $21 with the same invoice. You can't do anything like that. It's not right. It's whatever the duty is, we pass to you.
It's so amazing when you have this everything organized and everything. It's so clear.
Oh, it's crazy,
especially for someone who is first time coming into the business, and not it's life saving for me. Nervous.
It is, man. Well, we've got a lot of big sellers too, man. Like there's some big sellers that have reached out to me doing, you would know them too. Very big sellers that have come in and say, my cash flow, I can't do any more like this. I can't. Every week, I've got to find money. I've got a big business. If I could just keep it in China, consolidate. I've got different suppliers all over China. I'll bring them all to one place. And from here, I can create my orders as much or as little as I want. I can save my cash flow. So for some people, it's been very interesting, Rad. Some customers, some clients, some sellers, they're interested in the cash flow. Other people have got 3 or 4 people in the team creating all the shipping plans and talking to freight forwarders. They're interested in lowering headcount, less employees. When you talk to people, everyone's got a different take on how they see the business. Some cash flow, some time. I don't want to spend time. And other people, I've got too many VAs. I need to lower it, and boom, I'll control. So everyone's got a different idea.
No, because the problem is that people don't see the business, how they will if the business wants starting to grow, that's a problem. It's not the good, let's say, the good thing. It is, but then you have a problem with supply chain. If you have a problem, then you have a problem with the cash flow. and then your
Yes.
business can shut down much faster and quicker than someone who is starting to sell and selling like a small amount of units and just making some profit just to have a extra cash for in his pockets. You know, it's you need to have a clear vision what you want to, how to grow your business and what plan you have front of. You know, it's because if you are planning to grow, of course, like everyone, you need to have foundation is supply chain and in the cash flow. You know, it's otherwise you need to have a partner to have money. You know,
that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Another question.
Yeah, thank you. I saw the button on your software for air shipping. Is it available?
You know what? Tomorrow it's available. They're pushing it out today, the developers, because my account is demo account. It's already on there. It was supposed to be yesterday, but it's going to be tomorrow. They've finished everything. So air shipping is available. So you can just click air shipping, create shipping plan, and the same thing. You get the price for the air freight.
Perfect. Thank you.
It's pretty cool for some people if they need a quick shipment, or, you know, air shipping is more expensive, as we know, but sometimes, you know, if you do the numbers, you know, maybe if I send, you know, I need a quick...
Okay, you know, even if you need to pay a bit more, but you want to test products and to confirm that it's going to be a great product, of course, and you have a system in place to launch it perfectly, you know. Then every time
I do a product launch, I always send 1 or 2 cartons airship to get in there, start ranking, and put the other behind. No worries, Igor. If you need anything, just reach out to me, brother, anytime.
You can join all the time in a group of Jamie, of course.
No worries.
And ask
yeah, of course. No worries. See you, mate. Yeah, so that's about it. Brad, it's pretty cool. It's exciting. It's
you nail it with this software, you know, to be honest, in these services, because I cannot imagine like Amazon space when we look back, you know, like last 4 or 5 years, and you come now, you know, it's a huge time saving and it's problem solving, you know, for many people. Now,
yeah, it is.
The thing is that now, even if you are a small seller, you are equal with high brands who are having
that's right
chain. You have like I said, when you sell on Amazon, your brand, even if it's new, is equal with the services with the big brands who are selling on Amazon. So there is no difference. The difference only can be made on quality you provide for the customer.
Correct.
No matter how big you are, you will grow. But when you have supply chain, cash flow, and good, you know how to understand the market
systems
in place, then you have equal chance to make a profit. You know, the rest is
I believe that. You know, you ask any new seller, when a new seller talks to an experienced seller, their mind gets blown because I tell them all the supply chain secrets and they're never heard of.
Yeah, because people are usually using this kind of people who are only speaking how to do PPC, how to do this, how to choose the product on this. But that is on the top of everything, you know. The foundation of the business is first sourcing, supply chain, and cash flow.
That's the heart.
That's the hard part, because the buyer, when he comes to buy your company, like we said, it's going from the bottom, from the contracts you have, from the relationship you have with the supplier.
Correct.
Right? From with your sourcing agent, with experience, with communications that you had, and the relationship you had with them, because it's going to be part of them, you know, because it's also the team that you manage, how you train the team. Do you have sustainable team? Like, can you sell the team also with your company? Because maybe they want to buy even the workers who are working there.
That's right.
So you need to have prepared everything to know. It's not just learn how to find the product, which software to use, and this is how you start business. It's just it's 1% of the whole business of private label on Amazon. You know, it's
that's right. There's a lot of moving parts.
But that's why I wanted to ask you, do you have any plan for India? Like, because India is one of the markets who is really growing there in e-commerce, you know, and I'm following a lot of a lot of factories there, and especially on COVID Megla, you know, and they have amazing the factories and suppliers for food products, of course, and for supplements and this. Do you have maybe something in plan to even with this, then to train? I mean, to add extra like logistic from and this from India?
We had the discussion, but not in the immediate future, only because we did some numbers, and there's millions of Amazon sellers from India, but they're from India.
Yeah,
and they got their own space, they got their own warehouse, they got their own. They keep 1,000 boxes, but sellers outside of India, sourcing from India, selling to Amazon, there's not as many as what you think.
No, it's not.
They're all in India. There's millions of sellers in India, but they're in India. So they're going to pay, they're very low income socioeconomic people. Are they going to pay to put their goods in a warehouse, or, and then if they're not going to do that because they keep it at home. But then the sellers outside, Europe, UK, everywhere, Australia, US, sourcing from India is very small market. How do you target that? How do you justify going to find a warehouse, set it up, staff, build the system? That's hundreds of thousands of dollars you got to spend on warehouse setup and infrastructure to then go and get 5 Indian sellers from outside India, or 10 or 20 or 30 or 100. It's return on investment's just probably not there because they're all from India.
Yeah. There's
a lot in India, but they wouldn't use SKU drop. They use their house.
Yeah, see, because I have friends who is also, we have this one of the brands selling on India, it's new. Supplements and this sport equipment, but it's even sourcing, it's comes from China, because supplier. That's the problem. Even importing from China in India is a problem, you need to have experienced supplier or the agent who can do this.
The agent.
Otherwise,
for sure.
In India, you can focus mainly on this, like jewelries, on this creative stuff, and handmade. It's amazing, it's a market, but it depends, not for everyone, of course.
Yeah. No, it's all good. No worries, brother. Well, I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you.
If you need me to do anything else, please let me know in the community. If you want me to,
it was worth of waiting. When we said he said, Rad, wait till January, end of January. Yeah, it was worth of waiting. Thank you very much.
If you need a hand with anything for a newsletter, or if you need any more presentations or any content, just let me know.
Okay, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Have I frozen?
We stay in touch when we speak on.
I think I froze.
You froze a bit, but I think.
Sorry.
You can repeat it. You told me for marketing things, which I have something to send you, so no problem.
Yeah. If you need anything, just reach out.
Thank you very much. I will.
All right, guys. Enjoy your evening, and we'll talk soon, man.
Okay, brother. Take care.
All right, see you, brother. See you, boys.